Hello, I'm Lida, and today what I'd like to talk to you about is self-assessment. As you remember, I said in a previous meeting that is one of the columns on which your own training is supportive. Before talking about any subject, I like to establish a common understanding of what is the meaning of self-assessment. Here is a definition. In social psychology, self-assessment is defined as the process of learning oneself in order to assess aspects that are important to one's identity. It is one of the motives that drive self-evaluation, along with self-verification and self-enhancement. J.C. Maxwell is an author that wrote extensively about self-aware leader, and he poses a very simple question. What sabotages more leadership, and I might add teaching efforts? What holds back more good team and derails more career than anything else? Lack of self-awareness. It happens when individuals don't see themselves clearly, are unaware of their strength, fail to recognize their negative interactions with others, and they limit their influence and undermine their own effectiveness. Lack of self-awareness seems to be the single greatest problem. All of us have blind spots. There are areas of ourselves that we know and we see, mostly through our own work and our life's experience, but there are parts of ourselves in which we are blind and can only see them through the feedback from others. You might ask, why do I want to embark in such a journey? It is a legitimate question. In an article from Harvard Business Review, I found some possible answers. One of the key benefits of self-assessment is that it allows individuals to understand their own leadership style. It also emphasizes that self-assessment is essential for effectiveness in relationships with others, because it allows individuals to understand their own emotions and how they influence their behavior. By developing self-awareness through self-assessment, individuals can learn to manage their emotions and communicate effectively with others, as well as leading them to desired results. Know thyself. Do we really know who we are? Can we ever discover our true nature? Maybe in time, maybe never. In my experience, the process of self-discovery is possible. It can be both interesting and fascinating. What helps the creation of an excellent trainer? Here I want to share a small little story about a person that's called Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was a basketball coach that led his team to victory for 10 years. He would explain in his conferences that his main premise to coaching and training was to go deeper out of the conventional beliefs that you might hold and go to your core beliefs. And he says, core beliefs about human nature, about the ability of my players to learn and become a super team. He suggests that a good way to begin this journey is to try to discover what are your core beliefs, your values. Values are not lofty ideas, but the cornerstone on which your personality is founded. They drive us and manifest themselves in our behavior. In the way we are in the world, for example, how we move along our social circle, and what kind of relationship we have with ourselves and with others, they are so valuable resources. Becoming aware of your strengths and weaknesses, improving your interaction with people in your classroom will help you to know yourself better, and you will be able to lead and serve your group much more effectively. A good trainer shows these values. She is flexible, willing to change, to grow, is passionate about what he or she is teaching, and at the same time, he or she is learning from their students. Values diversity and cultural differences as integrity. If you are consistent and honest in this value, it will facilitate building relationships. Is creative, a quality that helps face and solve challenges and find new ways toward innovative solutions. These are your resources and strong points. I suggest that you become aware if some of these cornerstones need to be strengthened. In my previous presentation, I said that one of the ways to enter and discover our inner territory is to quiet the mind. A suggested way is to use your breath. Your breath is always available, a free and powerful resource. One small little practice is to do a observation of your breath. Observe the way it comes in your nose and the journey it makes inside your lungs and the way it exhales. You do this few moments every day and you might find your silent place. You discovered this useful tool and are practicing it and are grateful for the discovery of your inner witness. In my experience, most of the time in the breathing exercise, my mind was crowded with thoughts, and I learned that if thoughts come, I let them come and let them go. A teacher once said, see the thoughts as a flock of birds in the sky that fly by. Don't invite them to tea without effort or judgment. Remember that the greater challenge for a trainer, like a leader, is learning to know him or herself. Human nature seems to endow us with the ability to size up everybody in the world except ourselves. This says J.C. Maxwell in his book. He also says that we need to learn how to get out of our own way. Learning self-assessment also means learning to evaluate others with openness and understanding for their learning processes. Also, measuring how they retain the information they receive and supporting them to achieve their training goals. Here, I want to mention some strategies for becoming a new trainer who can influence the learning process of the group. Be mindful, stay focused, and maintain a witness perspective. Be attentive, present to everyone, understanding their style of learning and the world that they come from. Practice self-control. Be compassionate toward yourself and others using empathy. Offer appropriate tools to your students to facilitate their presence and personal reflection with the purpose of self-study and insight. These strategies are going to be helpful in your journey through self-awareness toward your style of training and real leadership.